Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into the critical role of storage within AI infrastructure. As models grow to trillion parameter scales, simply having fast GPUs isn't enough. Feeding them data efficiently is paramount. Let's get started. To begin, we must recognize that AI training is fundamentally a distributed computing problem that is heavily dependent on data flow. When we scale to hundreds of GPUs, the challenge often shifts from raw compute power to input, output, or I/O. If your storage solution cannot supply data fast enough, your expensive GPUs sit idle, waiting for information. This latency directly extends training times and reduces return on investment. Therefore, selecting the right storage architecture is not just about capacity, it's about matching throughput to the voracious appetite of modern accelerators. Let's look at this flow. At the top, we have our primary goal, AI model training. This process demands massive data throughput. If the data flow is restricted or slow, we follow the path to the left. GPUs go idle, leading to wasted resources and ROI. However, if we differentiate our options correctly and ensure fast throughput, we move to the right. Optimize training and efficient scaling. So what have we learned? We've identified that storage throughput is a critical dependency for AI performance. The important point here is that storage selection is a performance decision, not just a capacity one. Now let's look at where data lives. In a system like the NVIDIA DGX SuperPOD, we use a tiered approach. Closest to the compute is system RAM, offering the highest speed but limited space. Next is internal NVMe storage, which provides a fast local cache, often around 30 terabytes per node, allowing distinct read performance over 50 gigabytes. Finally, we have high-speed shared storage. This is your centralized repository. The goal is to move data from shared storage to local tiers efficiently to keep the GPUs fed. This diagram illustrates the data journey upwards toward the GPU. At the base is the high-speed shared storage, which holds your petabytes of data. This flows over the network fabric to the local NVMe cache on the node. From there, it moves to system RAM and finally into the GPU memory for processing. Each step upwards increases speed but decreases capacity. What have we learned? We've learned that storage is layered. The important point is that your external storage fabric must be fast enough to refill the local tiers without causing delays. In a robust AI architecture, we don't treat all data the same. We differentiate between high-performance storage, or HPS, and user storage. HPS is designed for the heavy lifting reading massive datasets for training. It typically utilizes parallel file systems and requires high bandwidth. In contrast, user storage handles home directories, source code, and checkpoints. While HPS might use a dedicated InfiniBand or high-speed Ethernet fabric, user storage often runs over standard Ethernet, prioritizing metadata performance and IOPS over raw throughput. Here we visualize the split in storage needs. Training datasets flow to HPS, utilizing protocols like RDMA for maximum throughput. Home directories and logs flow to user storage, typically using standard protocols like NFS. This separation ensures that a user listing files doesn't interfere with a 100-node training run. What have we learned? We differentiate storage based on workload intensity. The important point is to separate your high-bandwidth training traffic from latency-sensitive administrative traffic. Differentiation also occurs at the protocol level. Traditionally, reading data involved the CPU copying data from storage to system memory and then to the GPU. This creates a bounce buffer effect that wastes CPU cycles and adds latency. We use NVIDIA GPU Direct Storage or GDS to solve this. GDS establishes a direct path between the storage NIC and the GPU memory. This bypasses the CPU entirely for data movement, enabling read performance that can exceed 20 gigabytes per node. This sequence diagram compares the two paths. The top section shows the traditional path, where data hops through the CPU. The bottom section shows the GPU Direct Storage path, where data flows directly from storage to GPU memory via DMA. This visualizes the removal of the CPU bottleneck. What have we learned? We've learned that protocol optimizations like GDS fundamentally change data flow. The important point is that enabling GDS significantly increases effective throughput by removing the CPU from the data path. When selecting a fabric for your high-performance storage, NVIDIA Quantum InfiniBand is the gold standard. It is inherently designed for distributed computing with native remote direct memory access, or RDMA. InfiniBand uses credit-based flow control, which ensures that the network is lossless, packets aren't dropped due to buffer overflows. This deterministic performance is crucial when thousands of GPUs are trying to read data simultaneously, preventing the tail latency issues that slow down the entire cluster. This diagram displays the InfiniBand advantage. The storage system connects via RDMA to the quantum switch. The fabric uses congestion control and adaptive routing to manage traffic flows dynamically, ensuring a lossless link to the compute nodes. What have we learned? We've learned that InfiniBand provides hardware-level mechanisms to guarantee data delivery. The important point is that for the highest tier of AI performance, a lossless congestion-managed fabric like InfiniBand is often preferred. Historically, Ethernet wasn't optimized for the synchronized bursts of AI storage traffic. However, the NVIDIA Spectrum-X networking platform changes this. By combining Spectrum 4 switches with BlueField 3 Super NICs, we introduce ROSI adaptive routing and congestion control to Ethernet. This allows Ethernet to handle AI storage workloads with performance isolation, ensuring that a noisy neighbor, another job on the cluster, doesn't kill your storage bandwidth. This makes Ethernet a viable, high-performance option for AI clouds. Here we see two workloads, A and B, sending traffic to a Spectrum-4 switch. Unlike traditional Ethernet, the switch and the BlueField-3 Super NIC use adaptive routing to balance these flows. The result at the bottom is consistent storage throughput due to performance isolation. What have we learned? We've learned that Ethernet can now be tuned for AI. The important point is that, with Spectrum-X, you can leverage Ethernet infrastructure without sacrificing the performance stability required for AI storage. Not all AI models need the same storage throughput. We differentiate needs into tiers. Good performance is sufficient for natural language processing, where datasets often fit entirely in the local cache. Better performance handles compressed images. Best performance is required for heavy tasks like computer vision with uncompressed 1080p or 4K images. In these best scenarios, the dataset is too large to cache locally, meaning the storage fabric must sustain incredibly high read rates, often exceeding 40 GB per node. This chart helps visualize workload distribution. While NLP might only require low I/O due to caching, high I/O workloads like uncompressed video demand significant bandwidth from your storage fabric. You must size your solution based on the most intensive slice of this pie you intend to support. What have we learned? We've learned to match storage performance to specific model requirements. The important point is to design for your most I/O-intensive workload, not just the average. To wrap up, differentiating storage options comes down to fabric and protocol. For dedicated highest performance training clusters like SuperPOD, InfiniBand HPS is the proven choice. For multi-tenant AI clouds where Ethernet is preferred, Spectrum-X provides the necessary performance isolation. Regardless of the fabric, technologies like GPU direct storage are essential to unlocking the full bandwidth of your hardware. By aligning these technologies, you ensure your storage is an accelerator, not a bottleneck. Our final diagram summarizes the selection logic. Start with your fabric preference, InfiniBand or Ethernet. This leads to either Quantum IB or Spectrum-X. Both paths converge on enabling GPU direct storage. This combined approach leads to maximized AI throughput. What have we learned? We've learned that a holistic approach involving fabric, hardware, and protocols is required. The important point is that optimizing storage throughput requires a full stack design from the switch to the GPU memory.